It is Wednesday, which means we get a visit with our bestie on the Westie, Michael Babcock at TMZ, to get the scoop on today's hottest stories. It is Britney all day, every day, it seems. And the bombshells, like you said, just keep coming out.
Hey, Maddie, here, Jeremy. Yeah, this is, you can count on these when a book's about to come out. I mean, I think we saw it with Prince Harry. We're seeing it now with Britney Spears. You're seeing it with Jada, Pinkett Smith. So this is just how it goes with these memoirs. So Britney Spears, two really big bombshells here that we have recently learned, and she is obviously going to get into these things in the book. So I guess one, and this was the one that we broke yesterday morning, that Britney Spears says that her and Justin Timberlake got pregnant. Now, this was in the early 2000s. They were dating. It was around the year 2000, as a matter of fact. They started dating the year prior in 1999. They were young. They were about 19 years old. And Britney says in the book, look, I loved him. I expected to be with him forever. I wanted to be with him forever. And I thought we would start a family together. But in 2000, when she gets pregnant, she just, and he agrees too, that, hey, I think we're just too early right now. So after a lot of emotional conversations, heart-wrenching conversations, they ultimately decide that they're going to have an abortion. And that's what they did. It was then 2 years later that they broke up, and obviously they have not spent their lives together, and both of them have went their separate ways, and both have kids with with other people that they were with then in the future. But this was something that nobody had ever known or heard about before, and Britney does talk about it in the book.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's what
I sent the TMZ article to Jeremy yesterday.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was a really surprising one. That was You expect to hear things, but I don't know if anybody thought that was what was going to come out, and that was something that she would actually talk about. But
well, that's probably why. Do you remember, Michael? You did stories on I think it was Justin Timberlake and somebody else who were kind of trying to legally stop the book or like wanted to hold off.
Maybe we know. Yeah, I was thinking of that yesterday, Jeremy, and maybe now we know why. I mean, if there are a lot of stories about Justin and I don't know what he wants out there and what he doesn't want out there. I would assume that he doesn't want this stuff out there. I think it makes sense now why he was trying, and maybe why some other people were trying to stop the book if they could. Obviously, they couldn't. And now in 6 days, it's coming out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if Jessica Biel, if you guys can track down her, and see what her reaction. I'm sure they've probably talked about it as a couple.
Is she going to read it? I mean, what do you do? Do you read it? Does she read it? Does she listen to it in the car? I don't know.
Yeah.
You said there were two bombshells. What was the other bombshell?
So they break up in 2002, right? And then there's Crimea River, and the story had always been that Britney cheated on Justin, and that's why that they broke up ultimately, and it was her fault. And he made the Crimea River song, and getting sort of revenge on her and showing her how much he hurt him. Well, she says in the book that Justin actually cheated on her. She doesn't deny that she cheated, and I don't even know that she gets into that. But she writes that Justin Timberlake cheated on her with a big name celebrity. Now, I guess unfortunately she doesn't name that person, and she's not going to name that person in the book because she says this person is somebody that's still very well known and somebody that has a family. I'm sure now people will try and figure it out. She says she's not going to name the person, but she claims that Justin cheated on her. So
Maddie just said Jada Pinkett Smith.
Wait, who do you think it is?
It's Jada Pinkett Smith. Sorry, bad joke.
That would be full circle.
Right. Full circle, guys.
Everything coming together.
I have to give Britney some kudos, though, for not name dropping. I mean, that's very respectable of her to say, like, obviously it's been a long time. They have a family now, but
I disagree with Maddie. I want the name. Yeah. I don't think if you're going to write a book and a memoir, spill it all. Spill that tea.
Spill it, right. Right. I don't know this, obviously, but you do wonder if people are trying to pressure her to say the name. It makes the book better. And if that happened, she didn't give in because we're told no name in there. So.
And I saw another story. I don't remember. Somebody was leaking something maybe on TikTok, or maybe it was TMZ actually, about her having margaritas or daiquiris with her mom in 8th grade. That was their bonding time. That's another story I'd heard. I was like, what?
I've never heard of this.
Yeah. I mean, she's
had a life.
It's been an interesting life for Britney Spears. I mean, It really has.
Yeah.
And there was a very ironic clip that was released of Britney, I believe from the early 2000s, of her actually saying, one day I'll write a book and it's going to be very good. Like, this was years ago she said this.
Wow.
And I saw her actually say it in this interview, and I'm like,
Really?
she wasn't wrong. So she knew back then that things were crazy.
Right. I don't know if it's going to be good. It's going to be a big hit. I think I know that for sure. I think you've got a lot of people already who have pre-ordered the thing. It's, they've got, like we said before we started, Jeremy, you've got Michelle Williams, who is doing like the lion's share of the audio book. Britney just does the very beginning and that's it. And then it's going to be taken over by Michelle Williams. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see. And I think it's going to be a really big deal. I think a lot of people are going to be talking about it.
Well, and here's the other thing. So I read on TMZ's website that her song, she rebutted, I guess, Justin's Cry Me a River with her song Every Day.
Right.
And now, like,
Every
every time.
Every time I try.
Yeah.
There we go. Every time. Sorry. Every
There
time.
it is.
But it's been interesting seeing how people are dissecting the lyrics after her conservatorship ended, and now it's going to be, okay, what songs are about Justin? What is this
Right.
scene?
And I think a lot of people are actually saying that song now, Maddie, is about the abortion. And like you said, a lot of people, I think, before thought that was her apology in song to Justin after Cry Me a River. Now we don't know. Who is it about? Maybe it was never about Justin.
Yeah.
Were you at TMZ as shocked to hear that Michelle Williams was recording the book as I was? And I was just surprised, like, of all the people, Michelle Williams.
Yeah, I mean, because we had heard that, hey, she's doing some of it, and then there was going to be another celebrity, and they had gone after Reese Witherspoon at first, but scheduling or whatnot just did not work out. And I mean, I don't know who I was expecting to do it, but I probably wouldn't have guessed Michelle Williams. But
I
She's
voted
got a very
for,
calming
Must have
voice.
paid her well.
She does. I was hoping it was going to be Christina Aguilera.
Oh,
Now
that would be a story.
That'd
be a plot twist if I've ever seen one.
Sorry, I had to say that because
Now I'm disappointed it's not Christina Aguilera.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
that would have
It
been
would've been
an
better.
audiobook for the decades.
Yeah.
Can we get her in the booth before the book comes out next week?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what's so crazy too, Michael? I kind of thought of you just a little bit because I have an in mint condition, Hit Me Baby One More Time, Britney Spears Barbie doll.
Yes.
In the box. And I finally been working on, I got it in 1999 as a gift. I'm working on my theater room, my memorabilia room, and I finally got the shelves up and I put Britney on display in the box in my media room.
She must.
Nice.
As you do.
Yeah, as one does with a media room.
Send me a picture.
I'll send you a picture. I really will. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens between now and when her book comes out and
Yeah, I
what
think
more
the book will
revelation.
be out by the time we talk next week.
Next week, for sure.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. So
Well,
see,
Michael,
see
we
what
love you
happens.
so much, and keep us updated on all the Britney scoop.
Love you guys. I'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
You can catch TMZ weekdays at 5 p.m. and TMZ Live weekdays at 2 p.m. Don't go anywhere. So much more fun on Ozarks Fox AM right after this. I forgot to tell you I had a Barbie, a Britney Barbie.
No!